Hi, this is Mike Kuchar for USAFootball.com. We're going to talk you through the drill progression that we use in our hammer circuit drill, which teaches the correct procedure in taking on a force block when you are the force player in any defensive scheme. The way the drill sets up here, and you could vary it any way you'd like here, and you're going to see a natural progression from pretty much poor to very good as we started the season. Here's going to be the blocker, okay, with the pad here, with the shield. This is going to be the block defender, okay, who should be on a 45-degree angle. Okay, you want to rotate sides here because in this particular technique, this player is taking on the force block with his near foot, near shoulder technique, okay, which would be his left foot and shoulder. Over here, this player is taking on with his right foot and right shoulder technique. Their whole intent of the drill is to hammer the block so that the ball goes inside to these players who would be butting up or thudding up the ball carrier. So there are some good examples and some poor examples here, as we'll see. The first couple are poor because it's the start of the season. So what you see here now is you see how this defender just trying to runs up and outside the blocker. That is not good. When that happens, the gap becomes expanded. We want to constrict the gap by hitting that thick with the shoulder and the leg. Over here, this player is doing the same thing. He's simply getting washed outside. So that is a poor job of technique by those players. And naturally, this is a progression that you want to use with your players to take on the right angle on block destruction. So here it's the same. This player is a little more physical, okay, you see, but he's still taking himself out of the play. The whole purpose, one of the main coaching points of the drill, one of the underrated coaching points of the drill is to keep live feet through the block. This player just simply goes around the block and allows this player to not to constrict the hole here. This gap becomes wider. And it's a poor job butting up by that player, of course. Another example, again, that is not a good near foot, near shoulder technique. There's no base here. The player is not playing with leverage. Over here, as you can see as well, he's a little too wide. That's not what you want. Pretty good butt up there. As you're coaching the butt up, we want to grab, okay, as you see this player here previously. Okay, when you're making a tackle like that, we want to talk about butting up. We also talk about grabbing cloth. That's an excellent job because you're coaching tackling in this drill and you're coaching block destruction, the same part of the drill. So a pretty good job we call about grabbing cloth there. Pretty good come to balance phase by this player on the tackle. Now, as you're going to see here on these next clip, they get a little better. I want to look at this player over here to the left. In this particular example, it's a better job of hitting that blocker on thick. So you see here, much better job. You see how this player plays with leverage. He's hitting it with his near foot, near shoulder technique. He's keeping his outside arm free because he's the force player. Okay, and does a better job of constricting that hole. There's another one that's pretty good. And I'm going to finish with a really good one towards the end here. As you know, naturally, as the season progresses, you have different players doing it. But again, good technique, near foot, near shoulder technique, squeezes the ball back inside. Now, this last one's a really good example of it. This is the last clip we're going to show you of the drill. Unfortunately, there's a little volume on this one. Okay, but we're taking a look at this linebacker here. Does a really good job of it. That's a really good job because now you see the live feet here. Okay, you see the foot right there that the player is able to keep his live feet. Watch as he makes contact here. Now watch his feet. What that does now, that constricts the gap. You see how that gap becomes smaller now, so it doesn't give that running back a crease to run into. And this is all talking about the force defender in block destruction.